There's a new sheriff in town. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Je suis good energy. King Arthur going for the biggest win, possibly of his career, taking on Medvedev. We would go to a third set tiebreak. That's right, guys. After King Arthur was up a break in the third set, all he had to do was hold on. But the toughest thing to do in a professional tennis match is hold on, as King Arthur, backed by the crowd. This crowd was cheering so loud for Arthur. Medvedev started to get a bit irritated. Now, it's funny that these two would meet this deep in the tournament, as this week here at the BNP, these are literally the two guys that I met and wanted to meet on the guy side, of course, except for the big-time superstars, the Taylor Fritz, the big foes of the world, the Ben Sheltons, the Novaks, the Carlos Alcaraz, the Stefanos. That's right, guys. There's a lot of huge stars on the guys, but Medvedev and Arthur, two of my favorite guys right now. And watch out for Arthur, guys. He had an opportunity to win this match going into the third set tiebreak. Down a mini break, he would get it back and go up 5-4. Medvedev serving. All Arthur had to do was win one of those points, and he almost had the opportunity. As Medvedev, his serve was just kind of off late in this match, ladies and gentlemen. But Arthur, backed by the crowd, would battle back, saving his first match point, ladies and gentlemen. But on the second match point, that's right, Medvedev would come through as Arthur hits long. Now, Arthur was celebrating. He was very pumped up. He's like a mix, in my opinion, of Big Foe and Felix A squared. He's like a combination of both of those two, right? Very fast, athletic. I love his forehand, and he's just very powerful, guys. But Medvedev would come through on the mistake of the younger player, and he would do his own celebrating. Now, he would apologize to Arthur at the net, but yeah, he did his own nah to the crowd celebration. But he would apologize to Arthur like, look, and that's not directed towards you. It's directed towards the crowd who did not want Medvedev to win, who, by the way, hates these courts. Novak hates these courts. Carlos Alcaraz says, look, I adjust to whatever court I play on. And the fans think that Iga Swiatek benefits from these courts because they play like slow clay courts, according to Novak. And listen, guys, Arthur got the job done. 25 winners to 17, but the unforced errors, 52. 22 more unforced errors takes away that +8 differential on the winners. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, 14 differential and mistakes, and he loses this match. What about Maddie Patty? Listen, guys, I might have to do my top 10 American list over, because Madison Keys clearly is the hottest American right now, and she is destroying Belinda Bencic. Listen, after playing Coco and going 3 sets with Coco, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to be tired at her age, 28 years old. She's a mother now. But the way this match is going did Belinda even bother to show up? Now, I told you Madison Keys was going to win the first set. She had the opportunity to dish out a bagel, and it was a very fast first set. Madison Keys is playing amazing tennis right now. Now, listen, she's by far playing the best tennis out of all the Americans. I think you can consider her playing the best tennis out of everyone on tour. She's got the best record on the year of all the top 10 players. She's outplaying everyone. Her forehand looks good. Her serve looks good. Belinda, look, guys, have you ever had like a slow internet connection sometimes, and it's like you're watching a video, it skips and jumps and loads? Have you seen Belinda trying to return these serves of Madison Keys? It's like she's just missing a beat, and she's not even able to return her serve. What is going on here with Belinda? Now, of course, I'm going for Maddie. I told you Madison Keys would win the first set. I think she's playing better. I just think she's in a better place overall, even though Belinda's beat 2 top 5 players this year. She's won 17 of her last 21 matches. She's beat Elena Rybakina and Coco Gauff. She's playing good, solid tennis, but she can't close out. And I've talked about her footwork, and it's not just me. The experts have talked about it as well. This is fair criticism, right? We talked about the knock on her footwork. She can't close out in this match. Madison Keys is like throwing rocks into the ocean right now. She can't miss. And Belinda cannot return. This match is insane. Madison Keys If she wins this match, which it looks like she is, it's 6. She won the first set 6-1. She's up 5-1 now in the second set. So unless a miracle happens for Belinda, Madison's going to win this match backed by 72% of her first serves. She's winning 55% of Belinda's first serves, nearly 60% of her second serves, 6 for 11 on break points. Sabalenka is going to take on Ludmila next. That's going to be a good match. Let's say Sabalenka wins that match, right? Madison Keys does not own the head-to-head against Sabalenka, but the last time they played at the Australian Open, Maddie won that match. They played, I want to say, I don't know, in Beijing last time. Sabalenka won that. The previous match they played was at the U.S. Open a couple of years ago, the year that Coco won it. Madison dished out a bagel in the first set to Sabalenka. The second and third sets went to a tiebreak. Madison probably should have won that match. I think Madison Keys beat Sabalenka. She's playing too strong right now. Her forehand is solid. Belinda just tried to return a serve from Madison Keys and just completely missed the ball. She went to strike the ball and hit air. And she did it twice in a row. It's like there's a delayed. Madison Keys is just dominating this match. She looks good, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I talked about the average age inside the top 20. The average age is what I want to say 28 years old. Of course, Mira bumping into the top 10, give or take a year or two. But the average age for the most part inside the top 20 is about 28 years old, excuse me. What does that tell you? That tells us that even though there's a lot of junior talent coming up, there's a lot of strong teenagers like Mira and Dreva. There's a lot of young players in their 20s, their late teens, the Clara Taussons, I don't know. We can even include the Leylah Fernandez, the Marta Kasiuks, the Clara Taussons. Oops, I said her before. We can include the Diana Snyders, the young teenage players that are coming up. But the average age inside the top 20 is 28. So that tells me there's a gap. There's a gap in possibly talent, skill, strength, mental ability, where I think the gap is closing. But right now there's clearly a gap in terms of the elite players in the world and those that are coming up. Because the top-ranked players, their experience, their age. And I say it all the time, you never know when it comes together for you. Belinda's 28. Madison Keys, right? She's up there, she's 28, 29, right? Pegula, right? Ludmila, who's what, in her mid-20s, about 26. Iga's 23. She's going to be 24. Coco's 21 today. Happy birthday, Coco. We have Sabalenka, 27. Rybakina's going on, 25, 26. So we're seeing a gap in terms of the older players. Dash is up there in age, mid-20s. The reality here is Donna Vekic is up there. Svitolina's up there. You never know when it comes together for you. Madison Keys looks beautiful. She's a beautiful soul. She's a beautiful spirit. She's classy. She's elegant. I just love the way she speaks. And she's now showing her humor side. She got the slam out of the way. And I told you guys, if there's someone on tour that I would just go, I would leave this earth a happy man if they want to slam. I said Madison Keys, Svitolina. Those are just a couple names, right? And of course, this was before Coco won hers. She was in there. The reality here is there's a gap in quality of tennis, IQ, mental ability, power, strength. And Madison Keys could very well go on a tear here for the next 5 years. She could very well win a couple more slams before her career is done. She looks too darn good. And she wins this match with the double breadstick. Congratulations, Maddie Patty. She's going to take on Aryna Sabalenka. And if you ask me, ladies and gentlemen, I think she beats Sabalenka. Tennis in a minute. Comment below. What do you think about the age comment? Do you think, and the numbers show, the average age in the top 20 is about 28 years old. Do you think the younger players are coming up too soon? Maybe they need to stay on the lower level a little bit, work on more development, or do you just think that's going to be the peak of some of these superstars? Mira's the exception. Coco has been the exception, setting the example. Diana Snyders the exception. She already has a championship. But what do you guys think? Comment below. Happy birthday, Coco!